Good morning everybody. Today explain about introduction to the algorithm and programming. Okay, let's start algorithm. The step-by-step process used to perform any task is called the algorithm. You write them step-by-step process is nothing but algorithm. It means algorithm formally depend procedure for the perform the calculations is nothing but the algorithm means this is nothing but calculation. Okay, algorithm must be implemented using the some formal language. Formal languages means is known as the programming language. Okay, this algorithm gives the logic. Algorithm means logic of the program, that step by step description how to arrive the solution. Okay, how to arrive the solution, this is the nothing but the logic means this is the nothing but algorithm. Algorithm provided to the blueprint for the write a program solve the particular problem. It considered to be effective procedure for solve the problem in finite number of steps. Okay, next one, characteristics of algorithm. An algorithm must be process of following the properties. Finiteness, an algorithm must be terminate the finite number of the steps. Okay, so many steps you are write to the particular algorithm is nothing but the finiteness. Definiteness, each step algorithm must be preciously and unambiguously stated. Okay, every step is the must be you clearly write the every step, and logic of the program is nothing but the definiteness. Effectiveness, each step must effective and since should be primitive, easily considerable, and programming statement perform the exactly finite amount of the time. You write the multiple steps, you are created easily understanding the steps is the nothing but effectiveness. Generality, the algorithm must be complete itself, it can be used to solve the all problems specific type of for any input data. Next one, input or output. Each algorithm must be take a 0, 1 or more quantities as the input data, produce one or more output values. You give the input immediately after completed to the solution, after completed to the calculation, output is the display. Key features of algorithm. An algorithm finite number of steps and some steps may be involved. Decision making and repetition. An algorithm exhibits the three features. First one, sequence. Second one, decision. Next one, repetition. The first one, sequence. Sequence means each step of algorithm execute in the separated order. An algorithm add two numbers given below. This is the nothing but the sequence. Suppose the algorithm small algorithm addition of two numbers. First, this is the totally depend upon the variables. Okay, addition of two numbers is sum is equal to a plus b. A is the one variable, b is the another variable. A is the variable, but this is the first input value, b is the another input value. Step 1, start. Step 2, input the first number as a, input the second number of b. Okay, set sum is equal to a plus b. Next one, print sum. This is the algorithm. Okay, view of representation is the nothing but algorithm, blueprint of the nothing but algorithm. Next one, decision statement. Decision statement used when the execution of the process depend on outcome of some condition. The condition is the true, the statement is the executed. The condition is the false, immediately skip of the statement. Suppose x equal to y. X is equal to 5, y is equal to 5. 5 equal to 5, the print immediately equal. The statement is the equal. If condition the process, the condition is the any statement, calculation either true or false. Suppose if a greater than b, a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 6. Okay, 5 greater than 6, condition is the false. Suppose a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 2, a greater than 2, the condition is the true. A condition is any statement calculation either true value or false value. In the preceding the example, variable x can be equal or not y. However, they cannot both true or false. The condition true, then process is the executed. The condition is the false, the immediately else statement is the executed. The decision statement can also state follow the manner. The next one, the if condition. Condition is the true, then process 1 is the executed. Condition is the false, else process 2 is the executed. This from commonly known as if else construct here. If the condition is the true, the process 1 is the executed, else the process 2 is the executed. An algorithm to check equality two numbers shown the below. Suppose two numbers. Input the first number as A. Input the second number of B. If A equal to B, double equal to means comparison operator. A, B, both are equal representation of the condition. Suppose the condition is the true, A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 4. 4 equal to 4. The condition is the satisfied. Then print equal. The process 1 is the executed. Suppose A is equal to 5, B is equal to 4. 4 equal to 5. It's not a condition is not a true. Condition is the false. Else statement is not equal. That is the decision. Then repetition. Repetition means execution one or more steps of number of times. The condition is the repeat the multiple times can be implemented using constructor such as the while and do while for loops. This loop executed one or more steps until some condition is the true. Below show algorithm, then print first 100 members, first 10 members, first 50 members. Okay, suppose the execution is the started, the number is the started, initialization position I is equal to 1. How many members display? 10 members. N is equal to 10. Okay, I less than or equal to n, that is the condition. Suppose 1 less than or equal to 10, condition is the satisfied. Print I is equal to 1, that is the 1 is the display. Next one, I is equal to I plus 1, meaning I is equal to I plus 1, that is the, suppose I is equal to 1, I is equal to I plus 1 means 1 plus 1 is equal to I is equal to 2. Immediately go to while condition. The I value 2 less than or equal to 10, condition is the satisfied. Print I value 2 is the display. I is equal to I plus 1, 2 plus 1, I is equal to 3. Okay, go to condition. 3 less than or equal to 10. N is equal to 10, I value 3. Okay, immediately print 3 value display. Next, I is equal to I plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4. Fourth value display on 5, 6, 7. Condition is the satisfied, immediately the process is the executed. Condition is the not satisfied, immediately the skip of this statement. Okay, this is the repetition statement. Clear, observe this. The first one, I is equal to 1, N is equal to 10. 1 less than or equal to 10, I is equal to 1, N is equal to 10. Condition is the satisfied. I value display, I is equal to 1 display. Next step, I is equal to I plus 1. Already I is equal to 1, 1 plus 1 value 2. Immediately go to step 2. Okay, already I is equal to 2, 2 less than or equal to 10. Immediately print the I value, I is equal to 2 display. Okay, I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Okay, continuously repetition statement. Okay, the implement use the constructors such as the while and do while and for loop using this statement, repetition statement. Okay, the loops execute one or more steps until condition is the true. Okay, otherwise immediately skip us this statement. Next topic, flowcharts. The flowchart is the graphics or symbol representation of the process. It is basically used to the designing the documentation. Complex process help the view the visual of the logic process. Okay, you construction building before you draw the planning is nothing but the flowchart, so that you can better the understanding of the process. When designing the flowchart, each step in the process repeated by the different symbols and associated with the short description. The symbols in in the flowchart linked arrows. Number of symbols is there. The first one, the arrows, the flow lines. The flow lines use connect the symbols. Connect the symbols. The lines indicate the sequence of the steps and the description. Next one, next symbol, the terminal. Okay, terminal. The symbol used to the representation beginning. The process is the started beginning and ending. You are using beginning the terminal symbol and ending the terminal symbol. Okay. Next one, next symbol is parallelogram, input or output. Suppose you enter the input values and enter the output values using the parallelogram symbol. The parallelogram symbol used denoted any function input or output statement in the program. Next one, process. The process symbol used to the representation arithmetic and data movement of the instruction. The statement are using decision symbol rhombus. This decision symbols denoted to the decision to be made. Okay, next one, circle. The connector symbol used to the join different flow lines. Okay, advantages, communication. The flowcharts are better way of communication logic of system of the concern. The better communication, the statement connected to the another statement, the logic is the representation, the repetition statement is the multiple times is the display. The flow is the better way of communication or using to the flowcharts. Next, effective analysis. The help of flowchart problem can be analysis. This is the analysis using the flowcharts. Proper documentation, proper diagrammatic representation is the display. The program is the flowcharts is the source good programming documentation which is the needed for various purposes. Okay, limitation of flowchart. Complex logic. Sometimes the program logic is the quite complicated in case the flowchart become a complex and clumsy. The number of statements and the number of logical representation you are at wrong, multiple statements and multiple representation, you are confused. The complex statements is the not a clearly you are not observed. This is the complex logic. Alternation and modification. The little bit changes of the solution may be required. Complicated redraw of the flowchart. Already you completed the one flowchart. It's you are not you modified and you does not modify the any flowchart. Reproduction. The flowchart symbols cannot be type. Reproduction of the flowchart become a problem. Okay, this is the number of problem. Small program, small flowchart. Flowchart addition of two numbers. I have two input values. First one a and b. Sum is equal to a plus b after print. But starting you are designing one symbol. Okay, the symbol, the first symbol is terminal. You write the terminal after input or output values. Input parallelogram symbol, input a, input b, parallelogram symbol, statement square symbol, total a plus b. After print total, that is the output statement. Input or output, two statements you are using parallelogram symbol. The statement you are using square symbol. Terminals you are starting and ending symbols. Okay, next one, the flowchart, the 50 natural numbers you are using repetition statement. Suppose sum is equal to 0, n is equal to 0, n is equal to n plus 1. Okay, sum is equal to sum plus n. Okay, this is the flowchart. This is the flowchart. Suppose n is equal to 0, n is equal to 0 plus 1 is equal to n is equal to 1. Sum is equal to sum plus n. 0 plus 1 is equal to sum is equal to 1 is n is equal to 50. That is the representation of the process. Okay, next one, biggest three numbers. I have three numbers, one number small, okay, one number taller and one number medium. This is the analysis is the applied the three largest numbers. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20 and 3 is equal to 30. Any number is the initialization, the output is the display. Okay, the first one, declare the a comma b comma c value, read a comma b and c value. Suppose a greater than b, condition is the satisfied. Okay, condition is the satisfied, immediately the a value compared to the c, a greater than c, a greater than b and a greater than c, two condition is the true, immediately the a is the big. Okay, suppose a greater than b, false, b greater than c, b greater than is the true, immediately print same. Okay, that is the process of biggest three numbers. And next topic is the introduction to this C. Okay, history of C program. The C language, structure oriented programming language, developed at Bell Laboratory in 1972, Dennis Ridge. Okay, the C programming, structure oriented programming language, developed at Bell Laboratory. Okay, designing at the Bell Laboratory in 1972. Who is the father of C programming? Dennis Ridge. C language features were derived to the earlier languages called to the B. Okay, the B language using some instructions in C programming language. The basic combined programming language. The C program features derived from earlier language called to the B. The C language was invented from the implemented Unix operating system. Present you are using number of operating system, Windows, Windows 10, Windows 9, Windows 8, Windows 7. Okay, but 1978 and 1972 using operating system is Unix operating system. In 1978, Dennis Ridge and Ben Carnegie published the first edition, the C programming language commonly known as K and R. 1983, American National Standard Institution established the committee provided to the modern comprehensive definition of the C, and resulting definition ANSI standard for ANSI C was completed last 1988. Number of features and characteristics of C language: modularity, portability, middle language, and powerful and effective use of the pointers. Okay, flexibility, modularity, ability to break down large modules in manageable and submodules called to the modularity. Okay, number of modules and manage the submodules is the modularity. This is the project can be completed in time. Debugs will be easier and faster. Identify the errors easy and faster. Portability, C program is the portable. They can be run any compiler, little and no modifications. You are created to the one programming set of instructions. You are created to the best program. The any modifications immediately run the any compiler is the nothing but the portability. Compiler can process make it possibility C program run on different pieces. Compiler and processor make it possible C program run on any different pieces. C is a extensible language and user add own functions and C library. You are created to the own functions added to the C library. Middle language, C also called to the middle level language, become a program written in C language, run the speed match to the same program written in the assembly language. And C language both merit and high level and middle level language. The important point is the C language is the high level and middle level language features is the available. The feature mainly developed to the system is the software. Okay, provided to the wide variety of data types and functions and controlling and looping statements. Effect to use the pointer. Pointer have the direct access to the memory. C supported to the efficient of the pointer. Next one, flexibility. The features refer to the program involvement and controlling the languages. This is the controlling languages. The number of reserved words and number of keywords and number of statements, and the C language which help the program to the control over the use languages and modify the structure of the program. Okay, this is the totally features and number of characteristics in the programming language. Structure of C program. Next one, structure of C program. This is the structure of C program. Documentation, pre-processor statements and global declaration and main function and local declaration and programming and calling user defined functions and user defined functions. Okay, every step explained clearly, and please observe this. Every C program can be viewed group of building block of call to the functions. The function is the subroutines that may include one or more statements designed to perform the task. The first, you write the programming documentation section. The documentation section consists of set of comment lines. Suppose you write the programming name is nothing but the comment. Suppose write a C program addition of two numbers. This is nothing but the documentation section. Okay, write a C program addition of three numbers, biggest three numbers, and swapping two numbers. Any program name is the nothing but documentation section. You write the documentation section. How to write? Slash asterisk program to check given number is Armstrong or not. The programming name. Next asterisk and slash. This is the documentation section. Okay. Next one, pre-process of link section. The link section is the provide instruction compiler link function from the system library. The link function as includes stadio.h. This is the linking section. Okay, the link stadio.h standard input and output files. Link the library function. Okay, next one, definition section and global declaration. Suppose the definition section define the all symbolic constants. Some variables is the call to the global variables. The declaration is the global declaration section that can outside of the function. Outside of the function, you write the any statement, you write the any declaration is the nothing but the global declaration. The pi value is equal to 22/7 is equal to 3.14. Suppose if the pi value is not a representation in the programming and algorithmic representation. Suppose you write the information definition section. The definition section defines the all symbolic constants. Suppose you how to write example as define pi value 3.14. Okay, next one, main function. Every C program must one main function is the section. This is the important section. Okay, that is the execution is the started to the main function. This section is the contain the two parts of declaration part and executable part. The declaration part is the declares all variables used to the executable part. Suppose the main function declaration, the data type and variable, the total information you write the main function. There is at least one statement in the executable part. Minimum one statement you write within main function. The two parts must appear to the between open and closing braces. The main function after you write the open braces, okay, one or more statements after completed to the curly bracket close, that is the closing braces. All statements is the declared and executable part is the semicolon. The statement after completed to this statement, you write the semicolon. Local declaration. You write the main function curly bracket open after you write the declaration is nothing but the local declaration. The variable declaration part of the C program and all the variables are used in main function should be declared in the local declaration section is called to the local variable. Next one, program statement. This statement is the building blocks of the program. They represent instruction to the computer perform the specific task. The program statement you write the any logical representation, you write the multiple statements. Multiple statements are either nothing but the building block of the statement. The control statements and arithmetic statements and input output statements and simple assignment statements, all you write the programming statements. Okay, subprogramming section. The subprogramming section contains the all user define the function called in main function. User defined function are generally placed to the immediately after main function. This is the subprogram. Okay, first one. Next, how to write the small program? Write the first C program. To write C program, the first need write to the code one text editor open screen type following the statement. How to write? Before you write the editor turbo C. Okay, the turbo C software is the open. You write the set of instruction. First one, header file as includes stadio.h. Stadio.h means standard input output files. Input or output files the library function is the received of how to execute and how to implementation using the total information stored to the header files. Main function, next one curly bracket open, welcome to the world of C. The statement is the display. This is the main important point, number of statements. This is the printf means that is the output statement. You write suppose double quotation RAS, double quotation close, output is the display the RAS. Printf means that is the output statement. Okay, the output is welcome to world of C. Next one hash include stadia.h. This is the preprocessor command. The first statement outcode all preprocessor commands started with hash. Hash include statement tell the compiler include the input or output library header files. Standard input or output header files. The program this is the has this some input functions. Standard input or output header files is the contain the function for input and output of data like reading values from keyboard and printing of the results to the screen. This is the small example. You write the any statement in C programming language, input statement scanf, output statement printf. How to write and how to implementation using total information depend upon the hash include stadia.h. The two statement reading and printing statement totally depend upon the hash include stadia.h. Okay, next one main function. In this the written values of the main after statement the program has been written the at least written the last statement of the program will written an integer value of operating system. Curly bracket open and curly bracket close. Two curly brackets. You group all the related statements of the main and all statements between the braces from function body. Function body contains a set of instructions perform the given task. Next one printf. The printf define stadio.h the file and is used to the printf test the screen. The message that display on the screen enclosed within double quotation put the brackets. Suppose you write the printf statement printf open parenthesis double quotation you write the information. The information is the completed double quotation close curly bracket closed parenthesis and semicolon. That is the output statement. The message quoted because C language text also known as the string are between the inverted commas. This /n is the escape the sequence of the representation new line of the character. Return 0. This is the written comments used to the written value 0. Operating system gives the indicate there is no errors during the execution of the program. Okay, that is the small programming. Suppose this is the best C program how to write first one header files. Immediately you write the main function curly bracket open, write the set of statements curly bracket close. That is the written the small program. How many statements? Number of statements. This is the first two statements is the reading statement is the scanf, printing statement is the printf. Okay, that is a small program. Thank you very much.